Hello? The riot is here. We are still here.
I think we did pretty well considering what a late night we had.
I don't understand why you're always a rock. Nikki is just like, she never sleeps. She never does anything. She comes in. She's fine. It's fine. No problem. I'm over here with coffee on an IV drip. I'm dying.
But I'm probably just as tired. I just stuff it in.
I just don't know how you maintain your composed exterior because I just can't.
I don't want you guys, I know you guys know we're tired, so I don't want to hit you too hard with that.
So what's that make me?
No, you can do it, but if we both did it, then that's too much.
Well, the other side of it is that most of I'm so tired. That's just when it's just the two of us.
It's just filler. It's just talk.
When it's just the two of us in here, I'm just like, I'm dying. It is the riot on Radio U.
That's why I feel like we did a good job.
I think we did just fine. So
we did our Riot anniversary show. We were celebrating another year of the Riot on Radio U, which is where our Worst of Riot podcast comes from. So if you missed it, please take some time. We had so much fun with so many of you guys, literally from around the world, hanging out with us. You can watch it at Radio U Riot on our Facebook page, and you should make sure to like the page and get notifications while you're there.
Yeah, it's legit. The thing that sticks out to me that I really about last night is that I felt like we had just gotten started, and we looked down and we'd been at it for an hour. Mm-hmm. So we must have been having a good time.
We were. So when there was I guess we should have the cake.
So today in the podcast, we talk about last night's party. There's a 1993 Sears catalog for sale.
Isn't that weird?
I'm still fascinated by it.
We didn't talk about it, but a listener texted in a picture of a 1906 Sears catalog that he has. And it shows it was $3 and something cents. And I told him, I'm like, doesn't that seem like a lot of money for in the early 1900s? I expected it to be a quarter.
I don't know.
But these were big catalogs, apparently.
Yeah. So this is a 1,400-page catalog. Yeah. It's in the podcast, but you can see that. Other things you'll see, we talk about Ed Sheeran.
But he's not. But it's not him.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar, new music for the XFL and MLS, Creed 3, Macaulay Culkin.
I wonder if the music from the XFL or the NFL or the MLS will get which one will get
the copyright thing.
Yes.
We didn't get a copyright hit on the XFL last time, did we?
I don't think they care.
That's what I'm saying.
Basically, I think it's Major League Soccer. If they do care, it'll probably come from that.
I guess it's possible, right? We talk a little donuts, and we talk about how TikTok is not American.
Doesn't matter.
It's not American. So you guys,
but Reddit is.
You guys go ahead and take a look at that. So we hope that you have a great day. And again, thank you so much for continuing to support the show, be a part of the show. We really appreciate it.
And don't forget Radio U Riot today or sometime this weekend. Got a lot of time to be able to watch the anniversary show. It's about an hour or so, it'd be good to fill the day up.
Yeah, if you're just looking for something, anything.
You're like, I would do anything to have something to watch today.
Well,
we got it for you.
There you go. It is the Riot.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. Radio U.
Well, last night, I think it was a success. We had our Riot anniversary show, which you can watch at Radio U Riot on our Facebook page, on our Radio U Facebook page, and on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I found it to be quite nice.
It was lots of fun. You guys are just always so wonderful.
Yes.
And it goes by very quickly.
Is it just me? I feel disgusting today.
Yes. I feel like we just, it was a long night and we had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
It's like you get to come in and it's almost like a sugar hangover.
I was headed to bed last night and I burped and it was just like this moment where my body, I could tell, was just like, oh.
What'd you do?
Why did you do that?
Why was it so late last night?
Why did you do that? Why?
I don't think it can let us sleep well and then, come back and recover this morning.
I'll tell you this, that I can't say enough nice things about the KFC chicken donut sandwich.
It wasn't that made you feel a little queasy. It was everything else, but not that.
We fell in love again last night with chicken and donuts.
So we tried last night during our anniversary show. Obviously, we had cake. We tried some of the new Doritos. We had a couple other just random things, but we started off the show with trying the KFC donut chicken sandwich, or they also had like the little chicken basket. And man, we were so surprised at how amazing their donuts were.
There's no reason why it should be as good as it was.
And
None whatsoever.
We can't guarantee it'll be like that at every one of those locations, but what we had last night was something.
Oh, it was good. It was good, guys.
So you can watch our discovery of this amazing thing when we started the show.
Yeah, so the archive it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it'll be on our Riot blog shortly, so just give it a minute.
You can watch it not this weekend because it's not Friday. It's Thursday.
No, it's Thursday, Nikki.
We normally do our anniversary shows on Thursday night, so coming into work, it was like, it is not the weekend yet.
Let me just assure you.
We have one more day.
It is Thursday.
Wow, not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on Radio U.
Man, the internet, right? Just the weirdest stuff. Right now, I am looking at somebody online that is selling the 1993 Sears catalog.
The 93 Sears catalog?
It is the last printed big book, which apparently is what Sears used to call their printed catalog. They called it the Big Book.
Uh-huh.
And it's the last one that they made. And you can buy it just for $5.
If you want your own copy of history.
I don't know how many of these they're selling, but as of right now, they're still available. And I'm not going to lie to you, the temptation to buy it is real.
I almost asked you, like, so they download? No, it's like, no, they'll mail it to you.
No, you get it. That's part of the weirdness.
You get it in the mail.
You're going to get a copy of the Sears catalog from 1993.
How random. Just random. You know, they probably found a box and were like, yeah, let's just see if anybody wants these. And now it's become a viral thing.
Wouldn't it be fascinating to see, like, just what's in there? Like, look at these. Here's some examples of fashions that were available. And what's really funny is thinking about it like, hey, here are these junior high kids. They're in their late 40s now.
But then they were in the catalog.
But now, like, then they're junior high models. And they're wearing some terrible clothing. Just, it looks like the kind of clothes you would wear for running at night to make sure that
no one would bug you?
Somebody doesn't, or they can see you because you're so reflective. That's what the clothes look like.
Well, maybe that was the fashion then.
I assume that it was. I mean, Sears was selling it, right?
So you could buy this if you want.
I kind of want it.
Well, why do you get it?
It's so
eclectic.
Weird.
Is that something you could put like on the it's like a tabletop thing? It's like a coffee table book?
It's so weird. Like, you just go into somebody's house and you're like, what is this?
Yeah, why do you have this catalog? Are you ordering something?
Imagine Amazon, but print it out in full color, mind you.
Just from what year was it?
1993.
Arthur wanted to know, didn't they have toys in the back of those? Or Toys R Us used to have a catalog.
I'm sure they probably have toys in it. 1,482 pages.
So this wasn't just a normal catalog. Obi was saying this is like one of the big ones.
They called it the Big Book.
So I don't know how often those would come out back then.
It sounds like they might be quarterly because, nope, maybe twice a year because this is the spring-summer catalog.
Book?
Mm-hmm. Gosh,
Arthur, anybody else who's texting about it, $5 will get you one.
I want to see it.
Well, I'm sure someone has it online.
Right?
There's all these sites that have catalogs that are just scanned. So why don't you just find that?
Sears catalog online.
You can even find, I'm sure, what was like the Christmas thing around then or the summer sale.
Oh my gosh, this is weird. Wishbook Web, where they just what you said, it's scans of old catalogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is so freak. The internet, man.
It's so weird. It's all there.
Well, if you want to print it out,
it's all archived.
I got one for you. $5.
Remember the one site that had, what was the other store that closed all of them? The music from the checkout stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, Kmart. Yeah, no. I remember that. There is a website that has all of the audio that played in Kmart's going back to like the mid 60s through the mid to late 90s.
That's something weird to hear.
Oh, it's weird. Like, it is so weird. One day, just for fun, I listened to Kmart, like, Christmas tapes for a whole day. It's weird. It's really weird, but fascinating.
And that's why it's there.
Maybe the Riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the Riot on Radio U.
So I want to say hi to Lisa, who tweeted at us last night about something taking place in Southern Ohio. There's a man. This is so great, man. There's a guy named Ronnie Williams who managed to, and I quote, scam 3 local churches in the Portsmouth, Ohio area because apparently he looks like Ed Sheeran. And,
the singer?
Yes. And I mean, how honest are we being right now?
Well, we can be pretty honest. We're amongst friends.
All right. He looks like if Ed was on meth for a while.
Yeah, and lost a lot of weight. Not like the congratulations you lost a lot of weight, but more of the we're worried because you're doing this.
Okay.
And that's why you lost a lot of weight.
He, last Sunday, performed The Shape of You, a Sheeran hit, in front of a group at the Christ Community Church.
So he's asking for money for like the performances?
Yes.
Because they thought he was Ed Sheeran?
They thought it was really him.
Oh, no.
So they're telling everybody, come see Ed at our church.
And it's working.
This Sunday, and it's working. Here's the part that I love. Now, what do you think that Ronnie Williams Jr., who was pretending to be Ed Sheeran, what do you think he charged?
For the performance?
To come to your church and sing some of his hits.
You know, when someone's trying to get, let's say, money for drugs, they're not asking for what you think they're going to be asking.
Yeah.
You know, like $25,000. Or like for him, I'm sure he gets like $600,000. I'm going to say maybe 100. Like maybe I'm going to say he wasn't asking for much.
It's not that much.
It's not even that much?
It's not even that much.
Yeah, again, you know, like they'll do anything for that. Is it $50?
And this is my favorite part of the whole thing. It was $35 and a sandwich.
Oh, yeah. The sandwich really wraps it up, doesn't it?
No, not a wrap, Nikki, a sandwich.
No, but, you know, it's just perfect. It makes sense, doesn't it?
$35 and a sandwich. And so the police got involved because this guy's, you know, quote unquote scamming people. Though it seems to me at $35, it's not a scam.
Maybe
it's just a guest artist.
You know, like with certain crimes, it has to be over a certain value amount. And then it gets into different levels. Maybe this isn't even a high enough level.
Well, you know, Nikki, there are whole businesses, though, that are run off of like, hey, we're going to send you an Elvis impersonator, or we're going to send you Elsa, or like whoever. And they're more than $35.
But that's, you know what you're getting. He was claiming, his is more of an identity thing. He was scamming people because he was saying he was someone else.
The police asked him, look, what made you think
that you could pass for him?
They asked the pastor, like, what made you think that Ed Sheeran was going to come to your church for $35? And I quote, the pastor assumed Sheeran had fallen on hard times.
Oh, no. It's sweet people, though. That's a shame.
He just assumed.
They were trying to help.
Well, Ed, you know what?
He looks rough.
You can come to our church on Sunday.
We'll let you play.
We'll let you play. I mean, it's not an arena, but it's
we got
something.
your sandwich. We can do that.
I'll get you. Do you want me to buy you a sandwich, or Sister Martha makes sandwiches? They're good.
We can have a little potluck because there's always a potluck.
Always a potluck.
And you get a performance. Maybe they knew all along, deep down. They were just trying to help him out.
I'm trying to help this guy out. Here's $35 and a waiver for a free sandwich at the Arby's.
Remember, if someone wants to play and they're saying they're famous, it's not going to be for $33 and a sandwich.
$35, though.
$35, maybe it is true.
The Riot is to your ears what all those energy drinks are to your liver.
For the love of God, please stop. I can only process so much.
The Riot Radio U.
So I told Nikki last night that I felt like a walking cry for help. I was standing in Walmart, and I was there to get this sleep drink. I think it's like orange or something flavored, and it's basically, it's just melatonin and rose hips and like all this natural crap to help you get some sleep, because after our Riot Live event, I'm usually keyed up and I can't sleep. So I'll get one of those, and about a half an hour later, I'll be ready to go to bed. So I did that. But then I was also like, hey, look, right here's 5-hour energy.
Well, you'll need that this morning. And
then while I was walking past that, I also saw a little display in the aisle for Mountain Dew Zero Sugar.
Yeah, it's been everywhere.
Which I keep hearing people talk about it. And so I was like, you know what? Slide one of those on over here.
Give it a try today. So
Why not?
You've been, shall we say, nursing it this morning?
I have been. And you know what? It's not bad.
You like it?
Yeah, I actually think it might be better than Diet Mountain Dew, which is what they want to hear.
I know. We're like, it's working. Finally, it's working.
But no, it's like, it really is pretty good.
Do you like Coke Zero compared to Diet Coke?
Hate it.
Hate it, okay.
I do. Like, I think Coke Zero is awful.
It depends on what your taste is. We're usually diet soda drinkers,
sure.
So when you make a zero is supposed to taste like the regular.
More like regular.
But that's not a taste we normally like. But this one seems to work.
Yes. I think Diet Mountain Dew is pretty good.
What about regular Mountain Dew?
I'll drink it. Regular Mountain Dew is too much for me.
Is it too sugary?
Yeah, I can have it in, I'll have a little bit of it, but the idea of drinking regular Mountain Dew in quantity is like,
well, now they don't want you to.
Yeah. But zero
now
sugar is going down
one and you're fine.
It's going down real smooth, Nikki.
No bother with it.
Real smooth.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
It is good. You're welcome to some of it if you'd like. It's in the
did
fridge.
You get some more?
It was like a 6-pack was $2, which that's practically your first hit's free. Right?
They just want to get you in on it.
Right.
They're like, please, will you try it?
Sure.
I've never been a Mountain Dew fan, so I'll probably pass.
Well, if you don't like Mountain Dew, you're not going to like this.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, but that's cool. So the zero one's good.
I am enjoying it. I think I would take it over Diet Mountain Dew, honestly.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's the Riot on Radio U.
I promised you what I was calling an audio daily double. I would like to present to you, Nikki, the theme song for the XFL. You've heard it before.
On this show.
For the love of football.
I remember this one.
Okay, we'll skip ahead a little bit.
Sounds exactly like I think it would.
Are you ready for war?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, they're just playing football. It's not war.
All right.
Wait.
There it is.
There you go. Okay. Now
so that's the XFL, which is the other league that's still playing stuff?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, that's them.
So there's another option?
Well, you know what? Yesterday, Major League Soccer unveiled their new theme song.
Ooh.
For their theme song, they went to Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer. You knew who that is?
Yeah, the composer guy who does a lot of movie stuff.
That's right.
What did he do?
Let's just take a peek at what they got.
It's epic.
Come on.
Nice. So this is the soccer one?
Yeah.
For the league?
It's for the whole league.
No lyrics?
Well, no.
No vocals?
Doesn't need them.
Doesn't need... It's powerful.
I'm just going to tell you right now that...
Which one do you like better?
I don't know who over at the XFL was in charge of theme music. And they're like, no, there's going to be... people are going to sing it. It's going to be a thing. And, wait for it, every team is going to get their own unique song that you sing along with.
But there's so much more money in Major League Soccer than the XFL. You know, the NFL could pull something off like that.
I'm just telling you that if I worked at the XFL, and I probably would have, when you made the XFL theme, I would have been like, man, dude, I love football. Oh, for the love of football, man. And then, like, it would have been great. And then when I rolled over today,
and you're like, oh, the Major League Soccer.
and I heard the Hans Zimmer song, I would be like, Margie, I'm going to need you to get Bob in here right away.
I think we went with the wrong song.
Oh.
But I haven't seen it like in promos and stuff or like the start of a game. Maybe the XFL fits that one better. Have you seen it in like live?
I mean, yes. Like I have watched an XFL
Does it work,
game.
like with the graphics and the feel and the style of it?
It's fine, Nikki. It's fine in the same way that, catsup is fine. You go and you get some, you're at wherever and they give you some really crappy generic ketchup that they call catsup and you're like, man, it's fine, whatever. I could be starving. And then somewhere you go and they have Heinz ketchup and you're like, this
is what you've been waiting for. This is what
I was looking for the whole time.
So now you could say it's like, well, it's no Hans Zimmer. And now you'll know what that means.
How is it the Major League Soccer? Come on, XFL. Come on.
Well, it's a money thing.
You think there's more money in Major League Soccer than the XFL?
Yes, there is.
Well,
absolutely.
You know what? XFL, Major League Soccer had to start small too.
They have to begin with something.
You got to start somewhere. So maybe I'm not being fair, right?
They would have needed an up and coming composer.
Yeah. But I'll just tell you, for the love of football, next time get Hans Zimmer, okay? For the love of football.
I don't even know if I care for that one as much. I mean, it is better than the other one, but how much did they charge for that?
Wow. I think when it's Hans Zimmer, you just hand him a check and he just writes what he wants.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on Radio U.
Hey, speaking of taking a look back, Nikki, and also a look forward, announcing business acquisitions for the coming year, I do love that trending this morning on Twitter was Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Now, did you see his tweet about it?
Well, I did not, but he's joining, is it American Horror Show?
American Horror Story.
Stories, yeah, story.
14,000, whichever number, I don't know.
You mean season?
They hit, well, for a while they had numbers, and now then they went to subtitles.
Oh, I never watched the show.
Once you have so many things that you've skipped to subtitles and stopped doing numbers, it's rough.
Still gets pretty good numbers.
People like it.
Even if you don't watch it, people still like to talk about it.
I don't watch it. It looks too creepy to me. Like, it's too much. Guys, I'm sensitive.
You can't add another layer. Okay?
I can't. I just can't. All right?
It'll affect all the other layers.
I can't. So, that being said, his tweet was, I woke up to see I'm trending. Did I die again?
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a couple of years ago where they had reported that he had died, and he's just like, what?
He was alive.
Very much alive right now. So he's coming back. He's doing acting again. He's going to be in American Horror Story.
He's done some movies, but it's all been pretty independent.
Yeah.
So he's gone away from like more major stuff.
Yeah. He also lately has been popping up. He is a fan of a YouTube channel called Red Letter Media.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
Well, is that the one that does? He was on the box that sprays the glitter.
I didn't see that one. No, that's not them.
They did this YouTube video a few years ago where, like packages from the front porch get stolen.
Yeah.
And
it was a glitter bomb.
And they did a second one, and I think he was in that one because he liked it so much.
No, Red Letter Media, they do movie reviews and stuff, and he's a big fan of their channel, so I guess he just reached out and was like, hey, guys, can I come in?
I think he's kind of like us. Like, he just likes YouTube shows. Maybe.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Which is actually quite refreshing.
So, yeah.
Sometimes you have people who think YouTube things or, even Netflix or other things aren't good enough.
Apparently, Macaulay Culkin doesn't feel that way. Like the Riot, his standards are low enough that he can enjoy
something on YouTube.
A good something.
Good. Well, I bet that's exciting if you're a fan of him. He'll be doing more acting.
Well, I just think it's interesting because let's face it, a lot of child stars don't fare well. In general, like, he seems like he's done okay. Like, he got out of the game like a lot of people do. But
I think he just stayed pretty quiet, which is nice.
yeah, so he's back. I mean, I saw his commercial over the Christmas season.
That was good.
For Google Home, and so I'm okay with you coming back now.
And I think he's the case where he doesn't need to do it all for the money. Like, he's not coming back because he's out of money. He's been pretty...
I think he's just doing what he wants.
Yeah, he can, but he's been pretty transparent with the fact that whatever he's done in the past was enough to take care of him for the rest of his life.
I mean, he's been like on the YouTube channel, he just really likes it. So they've called him their intern. And so like every once in a while you see him running camera or something.
Just pops in.
And then sometimes he'll be on camera and it's like, what? You know what? Honestly, if he called us and he was like, hey, could I come intern at the Riot? I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Sure.
You're more than welcome to.
You're going to make the coffee. Oh, I'll make the coffee. I love it here.
Bring in breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, sure. McCaulay Culkin, you can hang out if you want to.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
You need to get to your local library or community center.
What are we doing?
I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to take a class. You're like, what is it, knitting? Oh, no, it's so much more.
What are we going to go do there?
You're going to go take a fake news class.
Oh, how to spot fake news?
How to spot fake news.
Dude, I feel like they're totally targeting grandparents.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. Here, let me show you this photo, and you tell me if you think...
It just seems like they're going after maybe the older audience who goes and takes classes at the library.
Now, in fairness, Nikki, the photo that I'm sending you is from the senior center, okay? So maybe that's not fair.
Maybe it is.
But I will tell you right now that...
It's all senior citizens.
Well, I told you this one's at the senior center.
I know, but it really is.
They're being offered in various locations.
To be taught how to spot fake news.
Yeah.
That's not going to help. Usually older people just have trouble with a lot of scams or a lot of fake news or a lot of fake things in general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that'll help.
So I love this. It teaches them how to go to various websites and spot fake news. So one of the example stories they gave them was California will receive 13 extra seats in Congress by including 10 million illegal aliens in the 2020 census.
Mm-hmm. So this was how to show that that's a fake statement.
Yes. It was like, okay, is this true or not true? And they had to figure out, was this actually true? And the answer is no, it is not true.
It might not be bad if, maybe some of us have relatives that don't do well and they do fall for fake news and they spend the time sharing it with you and everybody.
What if?
Maybe that would help.
What if it's not our relatives? What if it's you? What if you, Riot listener?
What if you're the one doing it?
What if you're the one that needs the fake news class?
And then everybody else knows what you're spreading is not true, but they don't want to be, they don't want to offend you by pointing it out.
The only thing I will say is that this is excellent, and we should, if you are someone that spends almost any amount of time online, you have to learn to develop some healthy skepticism about it. What I find, not mentioned in this article, but something that I think about often is that even though I see a lot of fake news and I'm like, oh, I know that's not real, I feel like even though I know it's not real, the fact that I'm exposed to it so frequently still has an effect.
Sure.
Even though I know it's not real, it still affects me. And what am I supposed to do about that? Start buying the paper?
I think older people, there's some people that like the thrill of sharing that stuff, even though deep down they probably know it's not true.
It's not real.
It just gives them something to do.
Well,
it would be nice to learn or to teach them like fake reviews. Like, what's the site for the Amazon fake reviews? Like, there's
fake
other
spot.
stuff. Yeah, there's other stuff than just fake political news that is out there too.
I had a family member one time that bought something that it couldn't be any more plainly just
junk.
Just junk. And they were telling me like, well, they talked to the salesperson on the phone as if the salesperson was the inventor and an expert in these things and asked them a ton of questions. And I'm just like, man, they don't know.
They could have used the class.
This doesn't work. Do you know anything about science at all? Like, this doesn't work this way.
So that's another class that would be excellent to offer.
He was like, well, I asked him, is this some kind of scam? And I was like, oh, yeah, well.
They'll tell you the truth. Don't worry about it.
Right away, they're like, no, it's not.
I think we have more people in our lives who need help with that side of things.
Oh, boy. It's fine.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
You know what we need, Nikki?
What do we need?
Another Creed movie.
We do?
Yeah,
so wait,
we need to get one more.
That is the Rocky movies, but then they called them Creed, and then there was a second one. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's right. Let me tell you something. It's good. Creed was excellent.
But you didn't like the second one as much.
It's not as good. It's just straight up like it's not. And whether it's because the story behind Creed is fascinating. Ryan Coogler, I believe his name is. He's the guy who wrote and directed it. It was his idea, and he pitched it to Sylvester Stallone.
Really?
He was like, yeah, that if you kind of get into the backstory of what it's about, it's fascinating. Like, that guy, he grew up watching the Rocky movies. He loved them. This is the guy who directed Black Panther. And he had this idea for a movie, and that's the movie that ended up coming out. He didn't have anything to do with Creed 2.
Oh, you lost some of the passion with it, maybe.
Absolutely.
Because the first guy loved it from when he was a kid.
Exactly. He had crafted that story over years, and it was just
a labor of love.
It was. And if you watch Creed, it's one of those things that it's not just told really well. If you watch it visually, they do a great job of really, there's some artistry there. Creed 2 is good, but it does not have what Creed 1 did.
It made pretty good money.
And there we have it.
So are they doing another one? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they say that they're working on Creed 3 right now.
They made enough money to keep going with it.
Exactly that. And they can keep doing that until they don't make
enough money.
So that's something.
Now, sometimes it becomes a passion project for someone who's still in it. And then in order to make another movie, the studio will allow something else to keep going.
I don't know if that's the case.
I think that's what happened with all the was it Triple X or
yes. Vin Diesel wouldn't let it go.
Yeah, Vin Diesel wanted to keep going. And in order to make that, he had to do something else or reverse it.
Vin Diesel has made it. He's a great point, Nikki. If you go watch, Vin Diesel keeps making these movies that make no money. The Last Witch Hunter.
Which is not The Witcher.
No. The Riddick movies. Mm-hmm. And what was the other one? You said Triple X, Return of Xander Cage.
Yeah.
And this stuff. Those movies get made because otherwise he won't make another Fast and Furious movie.
That's tied in.
That's how you end up with those movies where you're like, why did they make that? That's why. That's how that works.
So sometimes movies are if you do this, we'll do that.
Uh-huh.
So you never know how a movie can keep going, even if it doesn't still make enough money.
Yeah, well, they're saying Creed 3. I'm in. Even though it wasn't as good, I thought Creed 2 was great.
Do they have any other details, same people, or going to be a new spin on it?
It looks like it will still be Michael B. Jordan, and they currently have Zach Balan is writing it. Which he's the guy that wrote King Richard, which is a Will Smith movie about Venus and Serena Williams' father.
Is that a movie that came out, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Maybe it hasn't been out yet.
Yeah. So, we'll
if you're a fan of the Creed movies, you're getting another one.
I liked it.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
What are your summer plans? And by summer plans, I mean South Pole summer plans.
Ooh.
So that would be November through March.
Oh, that, okay.
Not your summer, their summer.
Their summer, yeah.
Yeah. Turns out that they are currently hiring at Port Lockroy there at the postal station down there.
Ooh, what are we doing there?
Now, to be clear, this is a British post office, but as I understand it, you don't have to be a British citizen to work there.
So what mail are they getting where are we at? South Pole, you said?
Well, I'll tell you, from what I'm reading here, it looks like they don't necessarily get a lot of mail, but they definitely send a lot of mail.
Oh, a lot of postcards. Yeah.
That's essentially all they do.
So then if you go down there, because there's not a lot, but there is tourism down there.
There is.
And when you're down there, of course, what do you want to do?
Send a
something
postcard.
back.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think there's like the everyday person internet down there. So you can't do anything else besides a postcard.
There's no internet.
Not even for workers?
Nope.
Oh, I bet there's a secret one.
No.
Satellite internet?
There's a satellite phone, and every once in a while, you're allowed to use it to call home.
Gosh, so postcards are the only option.
Yeah. They have about 80,000 people that go through there every year to send postcards. There are like 5 people that work there. The island that this post office is established on is roughly the size of a football field.
Wow.
It's not super big. If you take the job, you will basically live in a big bunk room with the other people
4
that
workers?
work. Yeah. You get 1 day off every 14 days. But there's nowhere to go.
There's nothing to do on your day off.
There's literally nothing. That's it. Like you can have a day off, but there is the post office in your bed.
There's no internet. What do you do then? I mean, it must be beautiful, like absolutely amazing, but it's not like you can go walk around.
I don't know if I'm going to use words like absolutely, like amazing,
Terrible.
absolutely beautiful. You take a look at it and tell me.
Oh, maybe it's not?
I mean, well, you know,
Antarctica always looks amazing.
If you see a pile of snow, how excited do you get about it?
This is different snow. Ours is like ugly snow. That must be beautiful.
If you say so.
And if there's penguins and stuff, absolutely.
How cold do you think it is? Well, it's there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a temperature right now. Fort Lockroy
Post office.
Antarctica temperature. Let's see if we can find out.
You know, like when you go to the museum and they're like, and here's the display of how a long time ago things were, and it's like set up and you can see all the old style post office or the old style room. It's all the stuff that's still there. It's still what they use.
Okay.
The base dates back to 1944.
Yeah. Well, and the idea was they just built it because they wanted to be able to claim land there. Mm-hmm. And now they're like, well,
this would be something to say you did. If you were into adventure stuff, this would be lots of fun.
Friday, February 28th, they're calling for a high of 27 and a low of 16. So, I mean, it's not warm, but you could go outside.
Yeah, it's not too.
It's not like that. It's not so cold that you can't. I mean, I don't know what, in winter, you probably don't want to be out, but that's their summer thing.
So you have the bunk room, which you live in, and the toilet is a bucket with a lid on it. So it's rough living there.
Part of your job is going around and spraying penguin poop off the sidewalk.
Oh, you get a weekly shower. That's it.
Yeah,
a weekly shower.
Well,
you get fresh fruit and vegetables time to time.
Sometimes.
That's a bonus, but normally you don't get that.
And your shower normally comes if a boat comes by and they let you go on the boat to take a shower. Because there's no running water.
That's true. I can't. No thanks. I think I might. Well, do I want to go to space? Is space worse than this? I still think space is worse than this. This would be second behind it.
You know what? You're getting internet in space,
I'd rather go to Antarctica, but I get penguins in Antarctica. But I'm cleaning their stuff off of everything, so I don't want any of it.
I mean, Nikki, in space, you get internet.
Yeah, you're right. That would be better.
And you're weightless. So, like, you're just like, man, I'm just chilling.
Like, I think I've lost weight. At least you feel like it.
And I just eat whatever I want.
What? Still feeling this. This is great.
The Riot, not everyone's fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
Radio U.
Nikki, you got the TikTok app installed?
Yeah.
Reddit's CEO wishes that you wouldn't.
Why?
Steve Huffman, the CEO of Reddit.
And I like Reddit, too. What am I going to do?
He says
it's a security thing. I'm sure it is. Blah, 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 blah.
Whatever. Look, if China wants to listen to me, they can, as long as I can watch the little videos.
They found a way to hypnotize me into watching it forever.
He said that TikTok, the app, is spyware.
Yeah.
And he said that the app is, quote, fundamentally parasitic. And the fingerprint technology it uses is, and I quote, truly terrifying.
So there's a lot of the social media stuff that we use here in the United States, I'm sure has its own stuff that's associated with it. But TikTok is not from here. TikTok
say it, Nikki.
TikTok is from China.
TikTok is not American. TikTok is not American, okay? Say it. It's not American.
I don't care. I can't stop watching them. I know it's horrible, and you're running the risk, and that's fine.
Nikki, you're putting this country at risk.
Apparently, I'm putting my phone at risk.
Are you an American or an American?
We have our own Google and Facebook risks that we have anyways.
Yeah, but that's the CIA and the FBI.
But this one in China, they're just saying it's not monitored and controlled
they're monitoring and controlling you.
Like ours would here, so you're not knowing really what all they could be doing with the information.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, you know what? If there's anybody I trust with all my information, it's Mark Zuckerberg. And you're like, ha, ha, ha. Nope, too late. I already did.
So we all know that there's a risk with it. Well, I think most people know.
Yeah, but you're posing an international risk.
I know.
You can get the coronavirus from your phone.
Well,
through the TikTok app. That could totally happen.
That's not even true. And shame on if someone says that. Because they're really wrong. They have no idea how a virus works at that point.
You don't know how a virus works.
This is not that same type.
Look right here. The Reddit boss says that it's parasitic and it's infected your phone.
Yeah, but, I mean, Reddit's the other way. It's just humankind, not in a...
oh, yeah, Reddit's its very own poison.
It is. It's just a different type of poison.
Man, you get Reddit in your system.
Don't go deep. If you don't go too deep, it's actually quite fascinating. It's one of our favorites still, but just don't go all the way in.
Yeah, we came to Reddit just in the last couple of months. That's the weird thing is Reddit was like popular and now it's not. And here we are like, yeah, did you see that thing on Reddit? What are we doing?
You're bringing it back. It's still popular.
It's
still fine.
We're still on. We're doing it.
It's good. It's a good time waster.
I'm having exactly
that and TikTok are the two time wasters I spend time with on the evening instead of watching a TV show or a movie. That's the two places I'm at.
I want you to know, and I'm not just saying this. I actually have been thinking, and I did the other night where I was like, no more Reddit. Get a book. Read a freaking book.
Depending on what you follow, it can really change you.
Yeah. You know what? Exactly. My point exactly. It's changing me, Nikki.
Yeah, but, you got to have a little fun time in the evening. A little fun time.
Dang it. My attention span is too short. I have got to do something to lengthen it a little bit.
I don't know. Well, TikTok's not the best for that.
Well, this is two of our buddies at war. Our nighttime buddies are saying mean things about each other.
I know. They're trying to get us to fight and choose which one.
You know what? I choose neither. No, I don't.
I was going to say, what are you saying?
I'm on Reddit, and then Nikki's like, here, let me pass you this TikTok to watch.
Let me send you this TikTok.
I just think I'm better than Nikki because I don't have TikTok installed.
Oh, you don't?
I just watch it through the web.
Oh, no. You need to have that on your phone.
No.
Yeah, let it in.
No.
Let it in. Bring it on in. I don't know if that's a song, but if you sing it, you'll do it then.
When you start singing that to me in Chinese, I'll know.
They got me.
They got her, guys. They got her.
I just can't.
China controls Nikki now. Big China paid for all of this.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
It is The Riot, and your beard might kill you. There.
I saw the headline for this, but I didn't actually read what it was about.
The CDC is concerned about your beard killing you.
So it can spread viruses?
A lot of the coronavirus stuff hit yesterday that was like, hey, it's coming to America, and, it could disrupt things. We may, it was stuff where it was like, we may need to shut some things down for a while.
Or be
prepared. Keep it from spreading. Be ready. Be prepared. And one of the things that they said in the middle of all of this was like, your beautiful manscaping, it needs to go through a complete restructuring.
Well, did they also say like with other viruses or like the flu? Does this all or is it just the coronavirus?
Here's what it comes down to. It's not specific to the coronavirus, but if you find yourself needing a respirator, your beard will interfere with the respirator. And so they are recommending that you shave your beard off. Now, you can keep some mustache. You can still have... There's an infographic.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can have the Zappa, the Walrus, the painter's brush, the chevron, the handlebar.
I didn't know, but mustaches have names. So, like, the designs each have names.
The pencil, the toothbrush, which is actually just the Hitler mustache.
But they don't want to call it that.
Lampshade, the Zorro, the Fu Manchu is not compatible because it dips below your chin line. You need stuff that keeps your chin structure in place.
So are they saying you should shave ahead of time? But what if you're perfectly fine and you never get sick? Then you shaved your mustache.
Then you know what? You should still go ahead and shave. Everybody, that's it. Beards off.
I don't think people are ready to do that.
It's time.
I've seen some mighty impressive beards, and I don't think you're shaving it for any of that.
Well, it is funny that it's just the headline that everyone's grabbed onto because they actually said a lot of things about the coronavirus yesterday, but they said that the respirator is something that is saving lives around the world, and you should have your beard shaved in case you need one. On that part, I'm not making up.
But wouldn't they shave it if you did need one?
But now they have to do it.
But then and you don't want to risk any time.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know.
But it's your beard.
Listen, it's not like you're going to the barber and they're going to take great care in shaving. They're trying to save your life. So they're just like, whatever. Just get the mask on him.
Okay. Because I was thinking like, oh, they'll take...
No.
You take a razor?
It's not going to be a straight razor where they've warmed the shaving cream. Here, wait, I got a hot towel for you.
It's not going to be like that. I've seen how your guys' barbershop thing is with the mustache stuff.
I've never had a barbershop shave before.
There's one right over there.
I've never had that done. Is that?
I think Eric did it once or someone else did, but they mentioned the hot foam.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Was it worth it?
They seem to think so. Or like if you get your hair cut, I think they do a shave while they're doing it.
Okay. All right. Maybe I should go over and get a shave, Nikki.
It'd be good.
Sounds like a good time.
You never grow a beard, though.
Well,
you don't have to worry about this.
I just let it go a couple days and then I get a good hot shave.
It would feel nice.
Maybe it would. Maybe it's terrible. I don't know.
No, I think it's supposed to feel nice.
Dude, no. Here's what I need to do. I let my beard grow out for like a week and then I go over to the barber shop and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I got to get this thing shaved. I'm afraid of the coronavirus, and just talk about that the whole time.
No, that's not pleasant for the person.
That's what I should do.
They're like, what's this person's problem?
Well, I've been having a hard time breathing. I'm afraid I might have the coronavirus. So if you could shave my beard off, so in case I need a respirator.
Just let the people be, will you?
What? That's what the CDC said, man.
Can't you just go and get the thing done without it being a thing?
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Man, Nikki and we were talking about TikTok and Reddit earlier, so I just decided to stop by Reddit, which is hours before I normally do. And what the what?
But it's show related, so it's fine.
Somebody posted... I follow a local one, so it's like my hometown-ish, and they've got pictures from this donut shop of like what their donuts of the day are.
We just had cake. I mean, we're rich in like treats here today. We had our anniversary show last night.
You're not lying.
This isn't the time where that should be so motivational to go get them.
Doesn't it look good though? You're telling me that this Elmo donut doesn't look good?
That's actually not the section of the donut place. I've been to that one. That would probably be compelling to me.
You don't feel like that would get you?
Nah, I don't like those.
It's already got me, and I haven't even gotten there yet.
This place, though, has, what's the ones? Is it the Long Johns?
Oh, you'll take the Cookie Monster one?
No, the long ones that they fill with the cream. And when you order it, they put the cream in it then.
Right.
And that's revolutionary.
It really is something.
You're just like, I'm sorry, what? They just go and grab this bag of filling and fill it up.
You know what else they have? If you go in there, they just have, this blows my mind, they have donut holes, right? That normally you pay for. You can have as many as you want.
They're free.
They're just out on the counter. Just eat as many as you want. And here's what that tells you. That's what you call swagger. All right? That's what you call...
Is that a knock against Tim Hortons?
Maybe.
Because they're selling those.
Because they're just like, you know what? Our donuts are so good. You're going to pay for our donuts. Our donut holes, we're just giving those away. Because we already know if you have a donut hole, you're going to be so hooked on that crack, you're going to be like, please, I need a real donut. I'll take a dozen. Make it 2.
I don't think you should be looking at that today. We are so tired.
Listen.
We're tired from our anniversary show that we hosted last night.
Tired, dude.
I think you're impressionable.
You think like I'm open to suggestion in a way I wouldn't normally?
I think you are.
Are you telling me I shouldn't buy this plot of land I found? Pretty much. Okay.
Don't make any big decisions until you go get a nap, okay?
Okay.
Donuts included.
You know what? This gold's probably refundable.
It's fine. I just want you to recognize. Just be aware.
Okay. Well, you know what? I will tell you that I'm glad you're saying that now. Mm-hmm. I do wish we had this talk a little sooner.
Before we bought some stuff, but I'm sure everything will work out.
I could probably get some cancellation emails out, though. I'm not, you know what? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Don't worry.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.